Good morning, students. So in the last class we were telling about Osce. So that is objective structured clinical examination. So we were saying about what is Osce, how to organize an Osce, different purposes of stations, all that. So now let us see an example of competencies that is need to be assessed in OSCE. As I told, there are all the domains, especially knowledge, attitude and psychomotor domains are being assessed with the help of OSCE. So how the stations and how the skills are being assessed with the help of this OSCE. First one is history taking. So history taking from a patient who present with a problem, for example abdominal pain. So that is a skill that has to be assessed by the evaluator through history taking. Then comes educating. Educating a patient about a management, for example self-injection of diabetes mellitus. So teaching skill are being assessed by making a station of education. General advice to the patient, example on discharge of hospital with a myocardial infarction. So in that case also, what are the common communication ability of the individual towards the patient, telling about the instructions to the family members and to the healthcare workers regarding the interpretation of the patient's health status. All these need to be assessed by OSCE to check on their communication skill. There comes the interpretation of findings. So that is another station where a specific problem or scenario is being given and asking them to interpret the findings. For example, management by appropriate nursing interventions or problem solving skills, all these are assessed in interpretive stations. So thereby we are checking the competencies. These all are the competencies that is being assessed through OSCE, that is history taking and communication skill, education status, interpretation skills, all these are assessed with the help of OSCEs. So again once more I am showing a picture of different stations. You can see an examiner evaluating a student nurse how the gloving is being done for a initiation of a procedure. So and you can see another station where a student is writing a nursing care plan. So in that way the stations have to be set and a procedure is being done and teacher is being evaluating. Usually in all the procedure stations checklist will be used. You can see in the right hand side a checklist. Mr. X present with swollen ankle for 6 weeks. So there are certain criteria need to be expected from a student nurse, and that has to be put up in the checklist. You can see introduce self to the patient, explain the patient what the nurse are supposed to do, demonstrate concern of the patient, inspecting the swelling area and how the gait is being examined, how the palpation is being done. So whether it is being done or not, do's and don'ts are also being cross-checked. So that's how it is being evaluated. Next comes the advantages of OSCE. It is considered as a very valid examination and can be used along with other types of examinations. So presently now OSCE has become very popular in this situation. Almost in all the academic section we are using the OSCE as a optional method of practical examination, and it seems to be a very valid method. An examiner can use it for large number of students and control the process of examination and its complexity. So it can be done for a large number of students and need to have sufficient number of examiners to evaluate. It can be used for both formative and summative evaluations. In both kind we can use it. It promotes teamwork among the faculty of the department, because it is a teamwork. Alone an examiner cannot be able to conduct an entire OSCE for a large number of students. Need a mutual understanding and help from all the examiners and to set the stations and to get the things arranged, resources to be arranged, changing after putting the signal and changing the stations from one station to another. So all these are is a teamwork, and all the department has to work in a single way to achieve the success of OSCE. Coming to the disadvantages of OSCE, it tests the knowledge in compartments. So as I told, we have different stations and each station will be assessing their skills and knowledge are being assessed. So compartmentalization comes in this OSCE. But whereas in hospital we know it is naturally it happens as we are allotted with a patient. Throughout the care we are going in a continuous manner. Whereas in OSCE it is a departmental or a compartment based, it is being tested. It is tiring and demanding for both examiners and examinees because throughout starting of the preliminary assessment till the completion of documentation and aftercare, entire aspect are being assessed by the examiner and examinees. It is demanding for them to do it correctly. Need many faculties to have a large number of students to complete the OSCE, requires whole department cooperation to complete it. Sometimes it is distressing to students because each and every minor aspect are being observed by the teacher. So sometimes the student may feel tired or distressed with the situation. Written assessment after clinical experience are valuable and effective in evaluating students' cooperation and it is time consuming. So all the assignments that is submitted after clinical experience are also being cross-checked by the evaluator and that also being assessed, and student cooperation is needed throughout the procedure and examination of these documents, and it takes little more time compared to hospital practical examinations. There are few problems that arise in OSCE, so we have to keep in mind these problems and try to resolve these issues and make the OSCE to move on in an easy manner. So these are the common problems we can see, that is non-availability of many faculty members. So that if there is no sufficient number of staff in specific departments, then it may take a long time to complete the students' practical sessions. Lack of enthusiasm of teachers to try out new methods. So sometimes teachers may be continuously doing the same stations and even it becomes like a monotonous procedure, so it may reduce enthusiasm. So some innovative things can be done in this OSCEs to make it interesting. Students' apprehension for having to learn even the smallest detail of the subject. So as I told, it is very important that student has to be thorough with even a minor smallest details also, because throughout it is being observed. Lack of physical facilities and cooperation in clinical settings. So if we don't have sufficient facilities, dummies, models or sufficient things to show in the OSCE, then it would not be likely. Controversies over evaluation criteria. Usually we are using the checklist, but there can be some controversies in evaluation methods or criteria by the examiners and from the students' part also. Strategies to overcome this training has been given to the faculty members in using to make a uniform pattern of OSCEs and evaluation criteria. Then these controversies can be stopped to a limit. Preparation of students from beginning of the course for this type of examination. So student must be aware about this OSCE and how it is being done, so that awareness must be given to the students so that they will not be get stressed off. Proper communication with administrators of the clinical areas regarding OSCE. So even the administrators of the clinical areas also must be given proper communication regarding the OSCE. So entire management must be aware about how it is being done and what are the needed requirements. So these are the few problems which can be resolved in future and make the OSCE a better option of practical examinations to check the skills of the students. And one more point is that it ensures the reliability and validity of evaluation criteria, adequate planning and organization of the exercise. So main thing is that we need a proper planning and organization of entire OSCE procedure or exercise. Then only we can have a good smooth running, otherwise it become a mess up or a total confusion in the process of this OSCE. So proper organization is very necessary to conduct a OSCE. Teachers must be sufficiently trained and they would have an experience in doing the OSCEs. So keep calm and don't stress with OSCE. Don't get stressed off OSCE. You can do it smoothly as how you are doing the practical examinations in the hospital setup. Similar manner, let's face the OSCE without